G'day, my name's Chris. This is Flat Tank Journey, and this is Project Valiset. I've done a little bit of work. In truth, this is about the fourth time I've had a go at making this video, and the first time when I actually did the work, all the footage failed, was corrupted, and I didn't get any. So let's go back over the bike, and I'll explain to you where I'm up to. Let's get a look at the rear wheel. So I fixed the axle up, rethreaded it, pulled the brake plate off, and found that the brake plate's actually really quite solid. I think it bolts to the frame there, or pins to stop it spinning. I will bring you in and show you a close-up of everything. The actuating arm I loosened up, and that's all good. Got a grease nipple, and that was good. Pulled the brake shoes. They are tiny. That's two of them. And they're quite corroded. I actually think they'll probably rebond okay. Not really sure. Rear wheel looks okay, but have established, I think, pretty reasonably that it should have a bead-edged rim on it. It's probably fine because I probably think that I would have relaced the whole thing anyway. So a new rim won't be the end of the world. I installed the carrier. Now, interestingly, the carrier doesn't attach to the frame here, like you might think, because look at it, it would look ridiculous. On very close inspection of Valiset images that I can find, it attaches to the seat somewhere, or perhaps to here with a bracket. And because it should sit flat, or at least that's what I think. It's hard to tell. I took one of the alloy guards and put it in the frame, drilled a hole here, drilled a hole here, sent it up, bolted it in. Wasn't rocket science. I didn't think it through though, because down this end, and I'll just move you a little bit, down the back of the bike, you can see that it sits slightly long. I had a stand clip in stock and I'll put that on. I don't know about that. It sits slightly long for my money and doesn't look quite right. Not sure. Back into my shaky hands. Now you can see no front brake plate. Not a big deal, but not great. Front guard cut off really well, and its shape doesn't offend me so much. Engine in, carby on, intake on, and the gear change lever on. I'm trying to get a feel for what the bike looks like. I actually think it looks pretty good now. I was a bit blue about it, wasn't sure, but I feel a bit better about it now. The bike's starting to look pretty smart. Back to the rear wheel and the rear guard, and you can kind of see what I mean about the rear guard. Just looks a bit big and doesn't look quite right, and it certainly hangs below the centre line of the wheel, and that doesn't appeal to me. It's a little bit glary in the shed today, but you'll have to excuse that. So here's the guard, and I suppose I'd like your opinion. These are more like 50s, 60s, 70s looking guards to me, and I'm not sure that I like them on this. I was going to look for a set of Panama hat guards. Now, I've got one sitting here somewhere. Just let me grab that. Not strictly Panama hat, but has got the small wings out the side. I just feel as though something that shape might be better than the very rounded shape. Sadly, I've only got the one. I used the other one. I had a pair. I really need a pair. I'm going to go and see the guard builder that I got the wedge tank guard off to see if he can make me another one of these, or get me a pair, or make me a pair of something that might be more period correct. I actually believe the front guard had a balanced in piece, and the rear guard may have had the same. I think the chances of finding genuine guards are pretty low. Here's a look at what I've been doing. Not scintillating, and this was just bolt back in and to get a look at it. And to be honest, to try and feel better about it. Wasn't sure about the whole project. Bolting the guards and getting the wheels on and getting it up and making it look like a motorcycle always makes me feel better. And now I'm really excited about the project. In particular, I like the tank and the bars and the front end. Oh, and the seat does it for me too. Although I don't believe the seat is genuine. It's genuinely something else. For 3 weeks, I've had this on Facebook Marketplace. No, not for sale. Well, kind of. I put up I wanted to buy it. I was trying to flush out someone who might have had a stock of parts here in Australia. And that just hasn't happened. Nobody. I only got three scammers wanting to pay via PayID and pick it up at 6 o'clock, and they'd send their niece or something. There's always some bullshit story. And none of that was legit anyway. It was a half-hearted, I'd sell it to someone who had a project and they couldn't finish theirs either. In the meantime, I've sort of fallen back in love with it since I got it up on its wheels. So, for me, what's next? I'm going to whip the engine out and take it home and get it onto the bench and see if I can get the piston out and free it up. We'll see. The gearbox, I'm just going to watch some online videos. I believe the Velo clutch is quite an odd thing, and I've been watching Mac Velo clutch videos and looking at them and looking at images and going through what you can buy, how you buy it, the spring sets. Like, this is a 16 spring clutch, so it's an early one. Should have 3/4 springs in it, and you can buy the springs. You can actually buy the whole clutch by the look of it. So the clutch isn't as big an issue as I thought it might have been. I saw, explanation for the clutch locking nuts and the shims that go over the top when you tighten it up. And I actually started to feel a bit better about it. I'm still not completely sure about the whole actuating system, but I think I can get there. I actually feel better. So that wasn't the end of the world. What's next for me? I don't really like the guards. So I'm going to talk to the guard builder near home and see if he's got something else. It doesn't have to be original, but something else that looks more of the period. These don't look right and are a little bit wobbly. The stand clip was a reproduction thing that I bought in from Europe, and I'll just unbolt it. The pack rack, well, I'll get that to fit somehow. The rest of it, I don't feel too bad about it again. I hope you're enjoying it. If you've got ideas on where to go and how to make this happen in a timely fashion, reach out to me, will you? I'm always interested in what people have got to say. Most of you are pretty kind. In the end, it's all good. Hope you've enjoyed. If you have, like, comment, subscribe even. Most of all, have a good one. Cheers.